I promise you're not going to be a complete beginner for very long. Within just a few weeks, you'll be able to push that aside and say, all right, I'm ready to start with a real workout program. Hey guys, Mark McKinley with Live Anabolic, and today I have a really interesting topic I want to cover with you, and that is how to start working out as a complete beginner. So I'm talking about all you guys out there that have either never worked out, never been a jock, never been an athlete your whole life, or, okay, maybe you were, but it's been so long ago, 30 years ago, that basically you're a beginner right now. How do you start? Well, first of all, I want you to know that you're in good company. You are not some outlier, all right? I've been doing a little research. As a matter of fact, I spend so much time sitting in front of this computer, I have to worry about sitting still and not moving enough, all right? So, first of all, 80% of Americans don't get enough exercise, all right? Now, that doesn't mean they're complete beginners, but that just kind of gives you an idea of how big the problem really is. The vast majority of us don't get nearly enough exercise. So make sure you understand that going in, because part of starting, okay, is getting over this psychological barrier, and it's partly you don't think you can do it. It's been so long, or you've never done it. And the other one is, and I get it, you're embarrassed, okay? And the reason I understand you're embarrassed to start working out is because I've been embarrassed to start doing some things that I've never done before. And one of them was boxing, okay? I feel like a complete idiot having somebody hit me in the face. And another one was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm down on the ground, you know, it's grappling on the ground basically. And people are getting you in chokeholds and arm bars, and you know, you have to tap out and submit to another guy, and that, I'm embarrassed. I don't, that's way out of my comfort zone, okay? So guys, I understand starting is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And so many of you guys, especially guys over the age of 50, thinks it's too late. Okay, well, first of all, this video is going to tell you how to start working out, but secondly, I'm here to tell you that it's not too late. I don't care if you're 65 or 70, really, it's not too late. It's not even close to being too late. You have to start somewhere. So, before I give you some ideas on how to start, all right, I want to tell you some things you shouldn't do, okay? And of course, that first one was, don't be embarrassed, all right? You're in good company. I'm embarrassed too when I start doing something that I'm no good at, or I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like everybody's looking at me, you know. Nobody's looking at you. I promise nobody gives a damn, okay? And then also, when you're starting, okay, yeah, you're a beginner, but you're only a beginner for a few weeks, maybe a month or two at the most. That's really not a very long time, and then boom, you may not be, you know, Charles Atlas after 2 months, but you're no longer a beginner, okay? So you just got to kind of get over that hurdle, all right? Another thing that you should not do if you're a total complete beginner, don't join a gym, all right? I know that might sound a little weird, but trust me, 80% of people who start and buy a gym membership on January 1st for their New Year's resolution give up and stop going to the gym within 6 weeks. All right, another one that might surprise you that you should not do, and that is, don't be the quote-unquote eager beaver, all right? And that's because you've decided, you've convinced yourself, all right, I'm going to start working out. I'm going to start doing something. I'm going to get this exercise thing going, and I'm going to kill it. I'm going to lose a ton of weight real fast, and I'm just going to look fantastic, you know, by the time summer rolls around, or by the time my anniversary, or whatever it is, all right? The problem with that eager beaver mentality is it's going to lead to failure. All right, because you're going to go out and you're going to hit it too hard, too fast. You're going to get really sore. You might get injured, and then you're just going to be exasperated and quit and give up. Because being really painfully sore or being injured is just going to naturally make everybody want to stop. Hell, it's no fun being in pain. It's no fun getting injured. Of course, you get injured, you get in pain, guess what? You can't exercise the next day. You may not be able to exercise for a week or 2 or 3 if you get injured. So guess what? If you're really just starting, if you're a total complete beginner, and that's what this is mainly about, you really have to pace yourself. Keep those expectations, okay, in check, all right? You're not gonna solve your problem, in a week by just killing it and going as hard as you can. So set those expectations. Another thing you should not do, okay, when just starting up, and that is buy the wrong program. All right, so there's tons of great workout programs out there, but a lot of them, matter of fact, the vast majority of them, are designed for young guys, all right? P90X is a perfect example, and I use that just because it's just so well known, but there's hundreds of them out there. So they're just too hard. They're just gonna push you way beyond what you're capable of as a beginner, and just like being the eager beaver, it's gonna lead to you being crazy sore and injury, and then you're back on the couch and you're like, screw it, this just ain't worth it. So being too optimistic, all right, being too gung-ho can actually hurt you in the long run. You need to set your priorities and your expectations, okay, at a reasonable level. Okay, so you're tired of hearing about all the things that you shouldn't do, all right, if you're a complete beginner and you want to start working out. Time for me to give you some ideas on what you need to do. I'm just going to start with the easiest, all right? The most obvious thing is, guys, you have to start moving, all right? Now, moving is a real generic term, so I'm going to give you a bunch of different ideas on how to move, but trust me, and once you stop and think about it, think how sedentary we are in our daily lives. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty athletic, but I still sit on my ass 90% of the day. So you have to find a way to just get up and move. And the more you move, the better, okay? So let's go through some ideas. And of course, the easiest one, all right, and I know everybody knows this, but if you're really out of shape, okay, you need to take it super easy, and walking is just without a doubt the easiest way to get going, okay? So it's not just the easiest on your body and, won't lead to injuries, but it's just the easiest as in you don't need any equipment, okay? You don't have to have a gym membership. You don't have to have a stationary bike in your house or something like that. So guys, walk, walk, walk. So don't go out like the old eager beaver example, okay, and go out and walk 10 miles the first day. You will feel miserable, all right? You won't be able to walk for another week. So just start with 30 minutes, all right? And that's plenty. So do 30 minutes about 3 times a week, all right? So if you're sore the next day, that's fine. It's hopefully just kind of a mild soreness, no sweat. Give yourself a day off, then walk the next day. Day off, walk the next day. So shoot for about 3 to 4 times a week walking for a minimum of 30 minutes, but really a maximum of about 45, okay? So let's not overdo it. But I promise, you start moving just that amount within 2 weeks, your body will quickly change. Now, I'm not talking about melting off 20 pounds of fat, okay? I'm talking about the muscles, your joints, your tendons, your ligaments, your mind-muscle connection will radically change in the first 2 weeks. And then you will be prepped to start pushing yourself a little bit harder. All right, so I'm just gonna start throwing out some ideas that work for me, that I have easy access to, and I know they don't all apply to everybody watching right now, but a bunch of these will, and that is, if you have a house, mow your own yard. It's no fun, I realize. It's nice to pay somebody else to do it, but just pushing that lawnmower around, even if it's self-propelled, is great exercise. I promise you'll get the sweat up. Another simple thing is, guys, try to make life just a little bit more difficult for you, and that is park far away from wherever you're going, all right? So if you're going to the office, park someplace as far away as possible, just to force yourself to have to walk to the office and then of course back to your car. Whether it's lunch or going home at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Whether you're going shopping, maybe you're at one of those big retail shopping outlets, just don't drive around the parking lot for 30 minutes looking for the closest place. Say, there's always tons of empty places way the hell out on the other side of the parking lot. Great. Go out there and walk your ass over, okay? Real straightforward, guys. Stairs. Another thing is, try to avoid elevators and escalators. Okay, now I know if you're working on the 80th floor, okay, of a building, I'm not telling you to walk 80 floors, but how about this? Don't get on the elevator at the first floor. Walk up 5 or 6 floors, come out, and then get on the elevator and take it to the 80th floor. Escalators are typically only 1 or 2 flights of stairs. Always take the stairs. Try to always avoid escalators. Another way for you guys to just start moving is when you're traveling at airports. Some of you guys, fly around the country a lot, okay? So you're stuck in these airports. I used to have a job like that, and I would always have these ridiculous long layovers. Or even when I have to get to the airport 2 hours in advance, now I'm just killing time. I'm just sitting there on my ass, right? Pick up your bag and walk the terminals. You can knock out 2 or 3 miles, all right, real easily. Just killing time at an airport instead of sitting on your ass. Some other easy things, guys. Wash your car by hand, all right? I hate doing it because I always get really sweaty and tired, and it's a pain, all right? So, washing your car is a great exercise. Now, you're not running up and down the street, but still, I promise you, you're getting a lot of muscles, all right, involved when you're doing something physical like that. Another thing that's really weird, always blows my mind here in the United States, is golfing. Everybody gets in a golf cart, okay? If you go to Europe, for you guys overseas that are watching this, in Scotland and England, you know what I'm talking about. Nobody over there takes a golf cart. I think in Scotland, a lot of places, you have to have a note from your doctor before they will allow you to take a golf cart on the course, okay? So, walk the golf course. That's like 8 miles. That's phenomenal. And if you're not in good enough shape to be able to do that, and you are a golfer, fine. Walk the front 9, then get a golf cart at the turn, and then ride on the back 9. Guys, in addition to just, kind of slowly getting the ball rolling, and these are a bunch of ideas that I've given you right now, just moving, all right? Eventually, you need to get a plan. All right, you just can't walk for the rest of your life and have that be your only form of exercise. I'm a big believer in resistance training, which means lifting weights or using bands or something like that, all right? Where you're actually working on building muscle strength, okay? That's really critical because cardio is fine, but I'm a far bigger believer in strength training, okay? So find a program that you can follow. You're not gonna be able to just design one by yourself. You'll start floundering and end up working the wrong muscle groups too often and the right muscle groups get ignored. There's a bunch of plans out there, but most of them are designed for young guys, all right? So I know I'm biased, okay? But we got some great workout plans here at Live Anabolic. Just hop on our website. There'll be a link below this video. Just click on that, it'll take you over there. And I've designed a couple of workout plans. One's called Fit After 50. Another one's called Warrior Strong. Gary Walker's got some great plans called Ripped After 40. And so pick a plan and just start it. Okay, my Fit After 50 plan, I know because I personally designed it, is designed for people like you. Okay, so it's not just for people, who are athletic or who have been working out, other programs. It's designed for people who haven't done anything in decades. All right, so it's a great way to start. And then another way to basically start working out as a complete beginner, and I know this is going to be a little different than what I've been talking about, and that is nutrition, okay? So 2 things nutrition does for you. First of all, of course, it helps you lose fat. You start eating the right foods and avoiding the bad foods, you'll start to lose weight. All right, but secondly, your food is a source of energy. So if you start eating the right foods, I promise, everybody will tell you this, you will within days start feeling different. Even if you haven't started moving, even if you're still sitting at a desk not doing anything, you start eating the right foods and avoiding some of the crap, okay? You're gonna feel better, you're gonna have more energy, and guess what? When you have more energy, you're gonna say, screw it, I wanna get up and start exercising. All right, some other easy things to do to help start, okay? And that is join our Facebook group. It's free, okay? It's called Anabolic Tribe. I mean, I just scroll down here, you know, we're posting great stuff over here. And I'm on here every single day answering questions. Plus there's thousands, literally thousands of other guys on here. Many of them are beginners, just like you. And everybody's kind of there patting each other on the back and giving advice. I'm answering questions and giving advice. So it's a great way to kind of stay motivated and kind of keep yourself pointed in the right direction. And then another thing is, after you've been kind of started gradually, you're walking, you're mowing the lawn, you're washing your car, whatever it is, after a month or two, maybe even 6 weeks, I don't know, if you start to feel kind of a dip in your motivation, reach out on the website here, okay, on the Facebook group, or reach out to some buddies. Try to get somebody else to join you in this journey, because I promise you ain't the only guy with the problem. All right, so hopefully you got some really good information out of this video. So all you guys out there that are complete beginners that just want to start and don't know how, go back and re-listen to what I just told you, and I promise you're not going to be a complete beginner for very long. Within just a few weeks, maybe a month or two, you'll be able to push that aside and say, all right, I'm ready to start with a real workout program. And, you know, hit that little like button. Share this with some of your buddies, because I know if you're a beginner, you got tons of other buddies that are beginners. So share the video with them. Make sure they benefit from all these cool videos that we have on our YouTube channel. And be sure to subscribe. That way you won't miss anything. But also, guys, all these little ideas I gave you today on how to start, all right, they're not going to happen immediately. All right, they're not going to happen overnight. You got to take little baby steps, then you take longer steps, then you jog, and then you run, right? And if you stick with it and never give up on yourself, I promise you're going to absolutely love the results.